Well, aquaculture has now become, over the last, say, 25 years, a really major part of our food security picture. Aquaculture has been going on for centuries, but in terms of overall productivity, aquaculture now really is important, and perhaps as much as half of the supply of seafood products, or fish products, not necessarily seafood, some of it's freshwater. And we can expect that to continue to increase.
Aquaculture is the farming of aquatic plants and animals, mainly for food. So think salmon, shellfish, crabs, and seaweed.
Well, at present, aquaculture produces about half of the food fish and marine seafood products that are consumed globally, around 50 million metric tons. And that amount is set to grow. We have been for many, many years exploiting a natural resource base in the same way that when back in our hunter-gatherer days we were catching buffaloes and antelope in the forest. As those populations of animals became more difficult to access, we switched over to animal husbandry and agriculture. The same thing is happening in fisheries. It's a natural tendency and trajectory that we've gone through with all of other food production systems.
Aquaculture is going to play an enormous role in food security in the future because it's one of the few sources of food production that can increase dramatically from where it is today. It needs to be done in a way that is sustainable and that doesn't create more environmental problems than the human problems that it solves, but it has a giant role to play because there are so many limits on other sources of food.
There's enormous waste disposal issues with aquaculture because, again, it's an intensive culture in a restricted environment. There are disease issues. There are siting issues and just competition for space with other uses. And there's a habitat issue of loss of resources, shrimp farms being a very good example of that. They actually need to clear coastal areas to produce shrimp ponds.
The future of aquaculture is the future of our fish supply. We are increasingly dependent upon aquaculture to meet our demands for food fish, and that will remain so going forward.